What up, it's KP, the sports chick. Why? I can't stand the Cowboys. I can't stand that whole organization. Why are we putting out? Why are we putting Tony Romo on the practice field? Why? We know he's not gonna play. We know he's not ready. He did not actually practice with the team, if you want to call it. If you want to call his between 5 and 25 yard passing, taking turns with Dak and butt fumble Sanchez. Yeah, that's regular practice, I understand, but he was wearing no pads. He was wearing a t-shirt and shorts and his game cleats, and playing backyard passing on the practice field. Now, Dak Prescott said himself that there are things that he's doing that we don't even know about to rehab to get ready to come back. But why didn't he just stay there doing that? And because what he did on the practice field on Wednesday is something he could have kept to himself. I don't want to see that. I mean, Cowboys fans don't want to see that if it doesn't equate to a soon return, and positive one at that. And the only reason they really want to see you on a practice court for real is if Dak Prescott messes up. So the only thing I can give, if he needs hope, the only thing I can tell Tony Romo at this point is the tables have turned. Wait your turn. And when Dak makes a rookie mistake, just make sure you're conditioned and ready, because you, my friend, have lost the starting spot. We just haven't announced it yet. Mark my words, Jerry Jones will keep this brother starting. When I say brother, I mean Dakota Prescott. They will keep him starting until he makes his rookie mistake. And then even when he does make that rookie mistake, it just depends on the severity of the situation. If it's a season affecting play, then yeah, Tony might come out. If it's not, seeing as how they're 5-1, if they keep up this trend, it probably won't be unless it's the playoffs. I don't, barring an injury, I don't see him coming. I don't see Tony coming back anytime soon. Okay, hate to break it to you, but any given Sunday, which is my fancy football name, anything could happen. So just stay ready, because until then, you're going to be holding the clipboard, my brother. I'm just telling you. You're going to be holding the clipboard. You're going to be, high-fiving people on the sidelines, and you're going to be giving great advice. But you will not be playing. You may even be in pads, but you won't be playing. Not until something goes down. Not until something of substance goes down. Because even when Dak messes up and it's not a big deal, he's still going to get to play. Because the chemistry between him and Zeke is on point right now. And yeah, Des Bryant can say all day, oh my gosh, it's so uplifting to see Tony back. Man, it's so great to see him. Anybody who doesn't think so, who's a Cowboys fan, is tripping. Well, I've talked to lots of Cowboys fans in the last week, and I'm not one of them, by the way. And the first thing I asked them is, okay, well, are you team Dak or are you team Tony? Which one's it going to be? Are you going to be okay with Tony coming back? Because he's not going to. But what if he did? Are you team Dak or are you team Tony? And you know what? I got like one Tony and the rest were Daks. And the only reason the Tony was there is because it was an older guy who's pretty loyal and, probably felt sorry for him. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, dude. You shall remain nameless because you're the only one. I don't. So, Tony Romo, man. You probably did not think it was going to be like this 2 months ago. Not even a little bit longer. Maybe July. You didn't think it was going to be like this. And now the tables, they have a turn, my friend. So, we'll see how this plays out. But I already told you weeks and weeks ago, back to play 3 of that preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks when Tony Romo got his injury. Dak was I had a good feeling about this guy, and then in week 1 I was like, this is bad news for Tony. And then in week 3 I was like, oh boy. Week 5 I'm like, oh well, he's not coming back anytime soon. And now in week 6, before the bye week even began for the Cowboys in Week 7, Jerry Jones said that he's not coming back Week 8 after all. Dak's going to start. And we really don't know when he's going to come back. You know what he said? He said, you know what, Tony, just take your time. We'll take it slow. We'll work on the PT. And then when you're ready to go, hey, we'll see what happens. Because Jerry Jones has said, Tony's my guy. And that he's the number one quarterback. And he's also said they'll let it play out. So which one is it? I already know the answer. You guys already know the answer. Everybody knows the answer, really, except for Tony. And that's only because he might still be in denial about the whole thing. He's very optimistic. So I don't want to break the news to him. Do you? Anyway, if I'm, let me know if you have comments about it. Hit me up on KP the Sports Chick at YouTube. And of course, as always, kpthesportschick.com, where you can find all my social media.